Welcome back to Cosmoholics Anonymous. I am your favorite new mama, Bougie Vintage, and today's video is Botox. We are here to give your life a lift. Let's open the Botox up and see what we got. We got one that is urgent from 1:47 a.m. She said it's urgent. Let's go. Oh, I see a cute baby. Let's see. Hey, Bo, my name is Cedria. And I first want to say that I love you and I've been watching your videos for a long time now. My 3-month-old daughter even knows your voice because I watched your videos throughout my whole pregnancy. Oh, hey girl. Anyway, I'm having issues with my child's father. Lord, why do you want to bring, hold on. Baby B is not gonna feel this one. I'm 20 and he is 23. He has only seen her 2 times. Once when she was 2 weeks old and the second time when she was 8 weeks old. He was not there for her birth because we live an hour away from each other now because I had to move in with my aunt due to my mom moving to Michigan and threatening to put me out on the street while I was pregnant. I didn't want to go with her because I wanted my child's father to be closer to us. This is when I thought he would actually try and be in her life. We are now in a predicament where we have talked to each other about him giving me money every week for our baby. I initially asked him for $20 to $30 because I knew he was struggling, but he said he would gladly do $50. We had the conversation at the end of October. Our baby was a month old then. We also talked about child support and he was happy I didn't want to go through that process. Girl, you know what? Let me get to the end of this email before I spilled my tea. Ooh, child. She will now be turning 3 months old on Christmas and I only have received 1 payment from him, which was on Thanksgiving. Fast forward to now, we have discussed that since he is struggling still, $30 a week is fine, and he said he can without a doubt do that for her. Except he obviously can't because it has now been 3 weeks from when I was supposed to get something from him, but he continues to give me the runaround. I give him the benefit of the doubt, but at this point, I'm starting to get fed up. I know you're probably thinking I should put him on child support, but my own petty reason for not doing that is because I know he will change her last name to his, and I don't want that because it honestly feels like he doesn't deserve it. This sounds like an episode of Paternity Court, chat. I cannot. He purposely stressed me out my entire first trimester and told me that it would kill our baby. Oh Lord. He stopped speaking to me altogether when I was 4 months pregnant, ran off and got a new girlfriend, then showed up at my baby shower with her without a warning. Okay, see, that's when you're gonna get the hands, okay? We're serving hands on a platter. You pull up to my damn baby shower with another bitch and you're the one that got me pregnant? Bye. See you never. He cussed me out and threw a whole fit while I was in the hospital after giving birth because I didn't want to give her his last name. Mind you, he wasn't even there. He was sending me voice messages through text. He's ghetto. He constantly disrespects me. He doesn't even call to check up on her. He doesn't even pronounce her name right, even though we both discussed it together for weeks. He doesn't do shit for her. He owns a car, but still finds excuses to not come see her. Oh, see, no. Okay. I really just feel like even though we're an hour away, there is no excuse for him to not be playing his part right now. Giving me money for her, at least. We created this beautiful baby girl and I'm just confused as to why he can't step up to the plate and play his role. Anyway, my question is, should I continue to try getting money from him for this way, tell him to just forget it, or just put him on child support? Oh, my sweet freaking Juniper. She's so cute. Oh my God, I want to squeeze her. Everybody has such cute babies. Oh, she's so sweet. I wish I could show you guys the pictures, but you can't see. No baby fever for you. Oh, this is tough because it's like you said, 2 people made this baby. 2 people should be taking care of this baby. Oh, what's happening here? But only 1 person is putting in the effort here. And unfortunately, this is just the reality of having babies with people that you are not sure about. Babies are for life. They are a commitment. The only thing is, the mother is getting the bulk of the commitment because the daddy, though he should, and though he does have an obligation to be there, it doesn't mean that he gonna be there. It's crazy, but that's the facts of life. If I were you, I mean, that ass is gonna get put on child support, period. I don't know how child support works, and I don't know, well, I know how it works because my mom's situation, and I know in America it's different. I don't know if that's where you are, but in America they're really strict about it. I don't know that he can necessarily get her name changed because he wasn't at the birth and he didn't sign the birth certificate. I don't know if you putting him on child support is going to enforce that he has to sign the birth certificate or if he'll be left off of it. But with all the episodes I've seen on paternity court, there's lots of people out there that didn't sign birth certificates that got put on child support. I think if that's your main concern, I mean, it's a very small concern, and I wouldn't necessarily call it petty because I grew up wanting to change my own last name because I felt like I shouldn't have my father's last name. And I always went by my mother's maiden name. I never ever went by my dad's last name, even though that's what's on my birth certificate and that's what my legal name was. If I made Facebook or something, I would never ever put my father's last name on my Facebook. So if it were me, like I said, in the situation, I would be just going for child support because what I'm not going to do is argue with you, and I'm not going to keep hounding you and calling you and saying, I need this, I need that. I don't have the time, the patience, or the energy, so I'm just going to deal with you the best way I know how, and that's get your ass legally, okay, through the court system. Since you want to be a bum, like, we could just deal with this legally. We never even have to speak. Pay your child support, and they gonna pay me, and we're gonna keep it the fuck pushing. I'm not going to go out of my way to make you want to be a part of your child's life if that's not what you want. And a lot of people are sitting in your same exact seat right now. A lot of people are wearing your shoes because this is just the reality of having babies with people that you're not supposed to have babies with, or that you weren't really committed to begin with. You made a beautiful baby. She's freaking gorgeous. But it's kind of like this is your bed now and you have to lay in it. Don't ever fix your mouth to tell him just forget about it, because then he's going to try to eventually use that against you, because you might feel like you're never going to reach out to him again and say that you need this or that, but you never know if you end up falling on hard times and you feel like you have nobody else to turn to, and because it is legally his responsibility, since it's his DNA that he should be taking care of her, you may have to one day turn to him and say, you know, I can't do this, I need your help. Being a single mom is tough. I've watched 100,000 people do it. Unfortunately, you are falling into that category, but it's not the end of the world. You're definitely going to figure it out. You don't have a choice but to figure it out, and that's the beauty of being a single mom. You basically get backed into a corner and you do everything in your power to give your child the best life you can, the best way you know how. And so I know that you'll be able to do that, but as far as he goes, he's trash. He's ghetto, okay? You never needed him. The best thing you got out of this and the best thing he could have given you was your daughter. But now you have to move on without him, without his financial support. The only way you're ever going to see that money is through the court system, because they're really going to enforce it. He's not going to be able to spend $1 at the dollar store without first paying the money that he owes you and your child for child support. So I would take him to court. If anything, you can get her last name hyphenated, and that way, you know, your last name is still there and his is just an added on feature, okay? It's like it's like Netflix and then Netflix 4K, you know? Added on feature, girl. Hey, Bo. You know what? We're not even going to entertain you. Hi, Bo. First off, let me say Salem is the cutest little baby ever. Thank you very much. She has such a cute little face. Also, congrats on your other little girl coming soon. Thank you. My question is a little weird, but I've been told I am ugly. I started to notice I was ugly once I entered middle school, and all the boys would kind of pick on me. Pick on my hair, my nose, my lips, and anything else. Girl, I know you white, but welcome to being black. Welcome to being a black sister, okay? I'm a senior in high school, and lately it's been getting worse. Boys making a mooing sound in the hallway and asked their friends if they would want to date me, to only laugh in my face. In 2018, this is what's still going on in high school. Lord, it never changes. I see random guys and girls stare at me when I'm out and laugh at me. I don't know what's so funny. I have social anxiety, so it makes it hard to talk to people. So I have no one in my school to talk to. I tried to tell myself once I'm out of high school, everything will be better. A part of me knows that is a lie. My mom called me beautiful, but when we get into fights, she calls me a fat bitch. I cannot. And who is ever going to date me looking the way I do? Well, your mom seems to not be able to pick a side. I mean, pick a side, sister. Am I beautiful or am I a fat bitch? Like, what's good? I try telling myself that I am beautiful and I'm a bad bitch, but it just feels like I'm just lying. I have a boyfriend who tells me I'm beautiful, but sometimes I think he just says that because that's what you're supposed to say to your girlfriend. Hey, you're kind of ugly, but your personality is great. What? I know your advice is usually fake it till you make it. I was just wondering on what those are. How can I just ignore the people when they stare at me? When they come up to me in the hallway and ask those questions to their friends. Here's some pictures of me. I know if I ask anyone I knew personally what people might be laughing at, they won't tell me. Give me your honest opinion, even if it's brutal. I want to work on myself. Some are from my yearbook photos, first day of senior, and random selfies. Oh, you're so cute. What the fuck? She's actually really cute. I don't know what is wrong with people. She's super cute. And yeah, she's plus size. Big fucking deal. Plenty of plus size girls are fucking cute as shit. She's cute as a button. Like she got dimples and everything. She has green eyes. I think they're green. Blonde hair. Nice smile. I don't know what's wrong with her nose. I don't get why people would be making fun of her nose. I think the only reason people are picking on her is because she is a bigger girl. People come in all shapes and sizes. Like, I don't understand why people like to fat shame and stuff. Like, I can't. I cannot. And I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to you. I will avoid your... If I read this email and I thought she didn't look cute, I would just avoid it and not even freaking respond. Because she's asking me for my honest opinion. But she's actually cute. I mean, I would show the photos, but she didn't say to do that, so we're just not gonna do that. But she's so cute. And she looks so innocent. Now, here's what I will say. My whole entire life, I've struggled with my weight, okay? I've struggled with it, period. And when I look back at old photos and stuff, I always say, oh my God, I was so skinny. I always say, oh my God, I was so skinny. I always shoot. And we're just like, wow, I was a skinny mini. I'm still the skinniest girl you ever seen in your life. I am so skinny. I'm skinnier than Mariah Carey, bitch. Don't ever come for me. But my whole life I've struggled with my weight, and I'm not even a big person. I have a chubby face. I will always have a chubby face. Even when my face is slim, it's still chubby, okay? Because I'm not plus size, and I've always felt plus size, I can only imagine how an actual plus size person must feel when they're dealing with stuff like this. I feel like for you just have to know that people are motherfucking liars. They are just straight lying because you are genuinely pretty. So there's no reason for anybody to be calling you ugly. If you are having an issue with your body image, the best thing for you to do is lose the weight. I have a friend, she has a YouTube channel, and at the beginning of the year, like literally around the time Salem was born, she had decided to go on a weight loss journey, and she is just looking so fucking fetch right now. She looks so snatched. I'm so proud of her. Her name is Janelle Wright, and she lost over 100 pounds this year alone, and she looks so fucking good. She's tried to lose weight a lot of times, and she's lost weight a lot of times, but she's never been so committed to the point where, one, she's lost the weight and she knows she can keep it off. And it's all a switch in your mind you have to turn on and off. And I feel like that's what you have to do if your body image is one of your main issues. Because I can guarantee you, if you were to lose weight, people would look at you differently and they would treat you differently. And it sucks that that's how society is, but that's just how it is. If you are a big person and you lose a significant amount of weight and people start to notice, that's when you will get attention. And now your mind might still be, if you don't work on your mind at the same time you're working on your body, you might still feel like a big girl, but all that stuff takes time. I do say fake it till you make it a lot, but sometimes it is deeper than that, and sometimes you can't just fake it till you make it, and I totally understand that. You just have to learn to love yourself, and that's what it took me. Like, I remember at one point I felt like I was so ugly without makeup, like legit. I wouldn't leave my house without a full fucking beat. I don't know what turn of events happened, child, but I just looked in the mirror one day and I said, ugly where? Like, bitch, where? What are you talking about? Like, I think as human beings, we are our hardest critics and we're way too hard on ourselves. And if you are already a person that is hard on yourself and then other people come in and say those same things that you feel about yourself already, it really takes a toll on your self-esteem and the way you see yourself and feel about yourself. But you just have to block all that stuff out and live your best life for you. I say it in every fucking video, every Botox. I'm like, ignore the outside noise. None of that shit matters. The only thing that matters is how you feel about you. So if you know you're a bad bitch and you know you're cute as shit, anything anybody says, even if it's your own mother, it doesn't matter. It really has no substance. It doesn't hold any weight. No pun intended. But you have to just ignore that and, you know, keep it pushing. When you're socially awkward, I'm socially awkward too. So when you're socially awkward, it is hard to, you know, make friends and stuff and talk to people. But I think the way you carry yourself is really going to affect how people see you and how people treat you. If you are walking down your school hallways and your head's like this and you're slouched over like this and, you know, you're not trying to really pay anybody any mind, and it's almost like you're walking with like a cloud and a bubble around you, people are going to stare and laugh. But if you walk up in that school like, bitch, what? And you have a confidence about you and your shoulders are back and your head is up and your chin is up and bitch, you snooty. And when people are looking and laughing at you, you say, is there a problem? They not gonna look at you and laugh no more. I can guarantee. Like, it's all about standing up for yourself. And if they see that and they're either gonna be like, whoa, she has a voice, you know, she's saying something. You might get into a fight or two, child, so that might not be good advice. But you look like you got hands. Fight some hoes. Like, this is horrible advice. What is wrong with me? I can't. I need a beverage. But seriously, the way you carry yourself physically in person, it will affect the way people treat you. So don't be walking with your head down and, you know, don't walk like you're not confident. You're telling yourself you're a bad bitch, bitch, act like you're a bad bitch and head up, straight, shoulders back, do the damn thing. And if you really see that people are constantly, if there's like a certain group of people that are always kind of giggling at you or whatever, and it might even be in your head, you know, it might even be that they're laughing at something completely different and it's just coincidentally that you're walking by at that same time and you think it's about you because you don't have confidence or you have low self-esteem. That could be just triggering you. But if they genuinely are laughing at you every single time you walk by, you have to be like, what the fuck is funny? Like, you know, you have to page people. You can't just let people keep doing that to you, because as you get older, people are going to continue to do that and treat you that way, and you cannot allow that. Hey Bo, I'm 21, my name is, but you, okay. If you want to be anonymous, do not put your name and then say, but keep me anonymous. Just say, hey Bo, and tell your story. You don't have to be like, my name is this, keep me anonymous please, girl. You're doing too much. Tell me your age and keep it pushing. I love watching all of your videos and your family is beautiful. Thank you very much. But let's get into this tea. You told me to get a snack because it's gonna be long. No. I gave y'all the rubric. I told you MLA formats, double spaced. Like, come on now. I've been confused, or shall I say torn, for a while. Most of my teenage years, I just knew I was into females. I dated them and swore up and down that I wouldn't be with a male, and I didn't want kids ever. I broke up with a girlfriend who was on and off with for years, and I don't know what got into me, but I stopped dating females for a while and ended up going to a very old ex of mine who was really close with my family. I lost my virginity to him at 19 in June, and by February, which was the last time we had sex, of this year, I was pregnant. I didn't find out I was pregnant until about April. Okay, can y'all elaborate what you mean you didn't find out you were pregnant until April? When you had sex in damn February? Like, is your period irregular? I mean, I always find out, period will always, I've been pregnant damn twice, but like, I find out before my missed periods. So I'm very confused as to how everybody, there's also so many people in the world that's, I didn't know I was pregnant. No, I just feel like you were ignoring the signs. Anyway, because there's literally so many signs. I just don't get how people just didn't know, you know. Anyway, and my initial reaction was really not upset about it because I knew I was going to keep the baby. But I didn't know what I was going to do with a baby. Since I didn't know I was pregnant, I was on birth control to regulate my periods. And when I did take the pregnancy test prior to going on birth control, they were all negative. So I thought it was good to go. But in April, I started to have really bad heartburn while laying down, and I wouldn't even be eating any foods that caused it. So I took an at-home pregnancy test. When I found out I was pregnant, I took the birth control patch off my arm, and about a week after finding out I was pregnant, I started to bleed, and my heart kind of dropped because I actually started to prepare myself mentally for a baby. I allowed myself to miscarry in private and didn't tell anyone about it until July or August. My mom wanted me to have a baby, so when she found out that I had a miscarriage, she basically scorned me. Okay, why would she scorn you for a miscarriage? Why wouldn't she? Like, it's not like you had an abortion and, you know, she's like, this is blasphemous. You had a natural, accidental, not even accidental, you had a miscarriage. That's natural, and it's hard to go through that. So I don't understand why she would scorn you. That's crazy. Something in my heart is telling me your mom is Caribbean, and I don't know why. Now, here's the real issue. I don't deal with my male ex anymore because he's living a really crazy life, and I kind of want a baby now, but my ex-girlfriend says that if I have a baby, she'll never speak to me again. I don't even care if he is in the baby's life, but that void breaks my heart at the most random times when it hits me. What do I do, Bo? When you said that your ex is living a really crazy life right now, I almost feel like your miscarriage was a blessing in disguise, because I don't know what kind of lifestyle he lives, but if it's really crazy, I'm going to assume it's all bad, and that's not necessarily the type of environment you would want to raise a child in. And he would obviously have rights to the child because the child is his, or was his. But if your ex does not want children but does want to be with you, and now you feel like you want children and you want to be with your ex, where is it going to work? That's all you have to think about. You just have to think about, is this relationship going to work? Yes or no? That's really all it is. If it's a thing where it's like you want to spend the rest of your life with this person, is it that they don't want kids at all, or they just don't want you to get pregnant by a male person? They want to do in vitro and go find a sperm donor and all kinds of stuff. Is it something like that? Because if it's that, then that's completely different, because you can still have a baby in the future. You're very young, and I don't encourage people that are young and not in relationships, stable relationships, to go and procreate, because babies are a lot of work. It's not just, I have a baby, here I am, you know. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of effort, and you need a lot of help. And if you do not have that help, your situation can become very hard and frustrating for you. I would say you're young now. You could go and be with this girl if you want to be for now, and in the future you want children and she doesn't, well, you guys are just gonna have to break up. But that's all for the future. You're 21, go and live your best fucking life. Go and enjoy your early years. Like, y'all thinking about babies and stuff too damn early in life. You're 21, you just turned legal worldwide. Why are you thinking about having a child? I'm telling you right now, if you were supposed to have that child, you would have had that child and your life would be different. But you didn't, so take it as it was, or take it as it is, and continue to work on yourself and be the best you. Go to school or go to whatever career you want. Start a business, you know what I mean? Travel. Do those things while you still can without a child, because once you have a child, after that baby turns 2, you gotta pay full price for a plane ticket, okay? At least in Canada. I don't know about anywhere else, but like, that's money, okay? So get all the fun stuff out of the way while you still can, and then come back to thinking about having a baby, you know, later. The only reason you're probably even wanting to have one this instant is because you miscarried. And I'm sure that's the natural feeling of somebody after they miscarry, because you start to develop a relationship, or you start to develop a bond with your child, and you get excited and you're like, I want to meet you. And so when you don't get to, you're crushed. And I think you're trying to fill that void with another baby, but that's not how you fill the void. So you need to just relax. Listen, I told you guys 2 fucking scrolls. Goodbye. And the title is Friends with Benefits. Girl, if you don't get your life. So I'm going to make this short and sweet. Bless your soul. I was previously in a long distance relationship. During this relationship, we both started college. I met a guy at my school. Let's call him A. And he was interested in me, but I dubbed him a few times because I was loyal. A was doing everything to try to get me. He did everything I wasn't used to. That's how they get you. That's how they get you. And my long distance relationship, let's call him D, was my first real relationship. The distance got to me because with A, I saw what I was missing out with a face-to-face relationship. Well, it's gonna be messy, child. I ended things temporarily with D and tried to get to know A. A and I ended up having a friends with benefits type relationship. Oh God, my heart wasn't in it with him. After the first 2 times A and I had sex, I started feeling guilty and told D. Then I ended things with A. See, that's what you didn't need to do. You didn't need to go and tell, listen, y'all was broken up. You did not need to go and tell him that information, because it's gonna go one of 2 ways. Either he's gonna, you know, swallow it and let it just be, or he's now going to use it against you whether you know it or not. He gonna be having sex with this girl and that girl, and he's not gonna tell you, boo. So I don't know why you went and told him that. You should have felt guilty and took it to the Lord in prayer, but you didn't, so let's see what else you have to say. Girl, stop recording. I could genuinely tell A liked me. I liked him too as a friend. He even told me, but we both made an agreement that it would be sex only. After I ended the friends with benefits with A, he was tight. I heard from people that he was hurt. Shortly after, I became a dub. I tried to make it work with D, but I realized I liked what A and I had. I missed him. I wanted him. So I ended things with D again. I know, a mess. I just was trying to figure things out. You figure things out by keeping to your damn self, okay? You do not do this hippity-hoppity, like, no. So now we're here. I tried to reach out to A and let him know that D and I broke up and I want to make it work with him. But he was distant. This was May/April. I tried many times to reach out and fix things, but no result. I let it go, but I wasn't over it. November, I went to a kickback and got drunk and begged friends to FaceTime him for me. I confessed how I loved him, I want him, and I care about him. He saw me a mess. The day after, I was still drunk texting and calling him, or telling him how I felt. He talked to my friend and told her, get your friend. I don't have time for the negativity in my life. Woo, he said, thank you, next girl. I was hurt. I still am. Can't get over it, but I stopped trying. I'm doing everything to get over him, but it's hard. I don't know why I'm so hung up. He's talking to someone else now, which breaks me even more. My question is, how should I try to get over him completely? First of all, what did I tell you guys about friends with benefits? It does not fucking work. You know what happened when I was in a friends with benefits relationship? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you in a story time. At another time. I was the one who fell, child. Okay? So, but somebody always ends up falling in the friends with benefits relationship. And in your case, it was actually A that fell for you, but you dissed him and went back to your ex, and then you tried to crawl back, and you did too much, and he wants nothing to do with you now, and now you feel like shit because you didn't know, or you weren't good, you weren't intuitive with reading your feelings about A. You didn't give the relationship enough time to develop before even having sex with him and deciding it's going to be sex only, but also as he's only your second partner, like, if you didn't have that spark with D, especially because you guys were long distance, when A comes into the picture and you get to experience all those things with him, obviously you're gonna fall harder even if you don't feel like you're falling. So, I mean, it's tight, girl. It's a sticky situation, and there's no real way to get over somebody. You know, there's really no real way to do it other than keeping to yourself and focusing on what's important in your life. You know, like right now you're in college. College is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a time, like, you're supposed to be having a superb time right now. You should not be thinking about dating and trying to be with one person right now. Like, stop. All you young girls and guys, just fucking stop it. Like relationships are not that serious to be in, like, at a young age and it be your all and your everything. You know, they can get confusing and they can hurt you. If you're lucky, they'll last, but later down the line you might wake up and be like, wow, I spent my entire 20s not single. And now I want to be single. You don't want that to be you. And so I really feel like you should really go out and enjoy college right now and forget about boys. Forget about A and D, okay? Forget about them. Because they're not worried about you right now. I mean, it was a long distance relationship, so he's not even relevant. And then A got somebody new. You don't have to get somebody new though. You don't have to. You can go party and you can make out with whoever you want to. Don't be getting mono now. And you can just go and have fun. And I think that's what you need to do. Because there really and truly is no real way to get over somebody. You just gonna have to take your time and process your situation. But this is why I be telling y'all, no friends with benefits, because it does not work out. There's not one case of friends with benefits. And don't come in the comment section and say, I was friends with benefits with somebody and it worked out just fine. No, stop it. It didn't work out fine. I know somewhere in that relationship there was some type of drama. It does not work out, okay? So stop doing it. Friends with benefits should not be a thing. It really shouldn't. Somebody's going to get hurt. Like, that's the problem. People are always playing with other people's feelings. If you are not ready to commit to a relationship, do not have sex with somebody, okay? I mean, if you want to go have a one-night stand, please use protection, but don't be having a one-night stand with Jim Bob and then, you know, trying to call Jim Bob after. No, accept the one-night stand and move the fuck on.